Hello and welcome back to JC Gaming. Today we are going to be working on putting together the permanent plant. So I went through and dug all of this out. I actually set the hopper down, put out the power plants. That's where the hopper is going to be. We're going to adjust it to where we have walls, sliders kind of, like roofs and things going down to where everything falls in here no matter what. We're going to have access from this side with stairs going up and access from this side with stairs going up, which I have already built. I put down the machines over here to get all that started. So I'm going to run up here, grab those, and get the stairs in and the roofs and things. I also have purchased a couple of the items I need for starting of the what the hell is this thing called? Conveyors. So if we go to this, I have made my stairs, the roofs. These relays are going to be put into. And I bought the dump decks too for the go on top. Hopefully, if this all works out like it's supposed to, it should line up perfectly. Alright, this is going to be difficult because of visions. Let's do it this way. We're going to snap there. Is that going to work? Yeah, that should work. Okay. So this is going to go here and here. And then we're going to go here. Like this. And now, no matter what, everything will fall into the hopper. Put in the corner pieces. I am worried that it's sticking up too high though, because it's on grid. It might be too high. I might have to adjust it and do free mode for the first one and then snap them in. Because if I go to put the dump decks on, the dump decks are there, yeah, it's going to be too high. Alright, so I'm going to change my thought process on this. I should have checked this out ahead and just set one down. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull this out. We're going to grab this. We'll put all the stairs in a minute. And I'm going to free build this one to get it to line up, hopefully perfect. Probably going to do it from up here though, be easier. Alright, get this all squared away. And then if I take my dump deck, oh yeah, switch back to snap. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, let's get rid of the rest of these. So all that stuff will still fall into here. Lines up right. Pretty sure. I will know here in a second since I put these down. Actually, that may not be working either. It looks right though. Yeah, see, that's too high still. It's snapping to the wrong thing. I need to snap. There we go. Now that'll work. Okay. So let's clear out the rest of these and replace them. I spent like 2.5 hours trying to dig all this stuff out and concrete it in and make it look good. You can see by my inventory, this is all the stuff that I hand dug by hand. So 20, 30, almost 40,000 units of stuff. 8. This works really well. I haven't even showed you what's inside the hopper either. It's even worse. Alright, so now that those are all in, nothing is clipping. It's all in there. It's going to slide right down no matter where it lands on the dump deck. Oh yeah, by the way, look at this. 217%. 86,909, and that's not including the pay dirt that's in there. Alright, so let's put the dump decks on, and then we'll put the stairs in and get everything. Let's see, how do we want these? We want them turned that way. Alright, so that's that. And then the other side we're going to turn and face the other way so the slants slant in. Well, I guess it really doesn't matter. They're the same. Now no matter where I land on this thing, it's going to just dump right in there. I was actually using it to fill up with when I was clearing all this stuff out. And I also put alright, I concreted all this back here too, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a fuel truck. Instead of driving the thing over here and then trying to back it up in here, because there's going to be a wall here also. I'm going to buy a fuel truck. There's going to be a big door put right over here. I'm actually rethinking that. I may not put the door there. I was going to put one here too and had this all enclosed, but I think I'm going to leave this section here open. Maybe I'll put a door in here or something. But I was going to put a door in here, but the problem is the conveyor is going to come through right here. And so I'd be just opening up to a conveyor. And there's no reason for that. Alright, so let's jump down here. Let's get the stairs in our... Alright, inventory number 8. And then we're going to go up 1, and up 1. So we just go right on up. Then we do the same thing over here. Except this one's going to go just straight up. 1, 2, and 3. So I dug a hole over here. You can see the power pole right there. I'm going to have a, in fact I was going to buy it and put it in right now. I'm going to buy a wall mount. This setup will hold 5,400 units of power. So it's going to go right there. So it'll connect to there, connect straight over here to the conveyor speed, which I can do that right now too. Let's see, what size should we get? I actually built this all before. I didn't save it though, so I knew exactly what to buy. But I'm thinking I'm going to go with a power 5 on this instead of a power 3. It's a little more in a little more per meters, but it'll give me 150 speed instead of 120 on this one here, or no, 90 on this one here. So let's go with this one. Purchase that, and I'm going to go ahead and see. I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power lines. Got to make sure not to turn this on yet. There, I'm going to have a huge mess over there. So we're going to go power line to this. See if I can reach it. Oh, I have to do it from the top. Alright, so we're going to go connect from this to the power pole, from that to the power pole. What the heck? Come on, connect. Oh, weird. Let's try this again. There we go. Alright, so why will it not connect? There we go. Alright, so we have, like I said, each one of these is 1,800, it's 5,400 total. I'm not going to turn those on yet because I don't want to have a mess. We're going to come back over here, drop down, and like I said, I do have the first few items for this. And it's going to be the straight 6, an elevator, and then I believe the straight 4 after that. So we're going to go this one, as you can see, goes straight up, jump up here. Yeah, I need to use the other one first. We have it turned around the wrong way. Oh, there we go. Okay. 8, turn here, and then this is going to go through the wall. Now we get to start buying stuff and putting together the plant. This can be a little bit tedious, but it shouldn't be too bad because, like I said, I have everything already figured out for what we need. So we're going to start with, I'm going to buy each piece individually just so I don't get them messed up. It's going to be a, actually I might buy 2 or 3 at a time, but this is going to be a 4x4 up, 4 straight, and then a shaker deck. So we're going to go like that, purchase. Alright, so we got 4x4 up, the straight, and the shaker deck. And the reason why we're doing this is so that there's room under here for the conveyor to come out and not cause any issues. Okay, so I want this one to be a left coming out. I have no more. Okay, conveyor belt, it's going to be a left 2, and then a 2 straight, and then another left 2, a 4x4 up, and then a wash plant. So let's move this down out of the way. Do this, like I said, in stages so we get everything proper. So if we go snap that there, then it's going to be the 2 straight, turned again. Man, it's making me get way close for some reason. Probably because I'm in third person or first person view. There we go. Alright, and then this one and the wash plant. And this is kind of where it gets a little tricky because of what I need to do next. So I need to put water in off of this thing. I think I forgot something there. There should be a 4 straight too. Or a 2. Crap. Alright, I'm going to do the other side first because so right here we're going to need a 4x4 up. 4 straight, and then the coal stringer. So 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so for the storage part of this, we're going to do pretty simple. It's going to be a right 2, a left 2, and a storage. And that's going to be down here below, so that it comes out this way. And then our storage is going to be right here. This is going to be just coal. So when any coal we have come through, it's going to go straight to here. So then we come out here to the front, and it's going to be a 4x4 up, two of those, and I need a splitter. In production, I need a jaw crusher and a cone crusher. Probably the 2 most expensive things we have on this one here. So we're going to go up, click, come on, and then we're going to go to the jaw crusher, And then we're going to go up again, because these things like to be under the ground if you don't. And then we're going to put the splitter at the end. And the reason for this is we're going to have some of this gravel going through a froth floater, and then part of it being stored to make cement. So we're going to do, just on this one, a left 2 and a storage, which is going to be for our gravel. So it's pretty simple setup after you figure everything out. It's the figuring out part that can be a pain sometimes. And yeah, I made this thing way too big too. We're only going to come out to like this length right here. So that's the end of that line. So this line is going to be going through the froth floater, and that's going to be a 2 right, a 4x4 up, and then the froth floater. Or froth floater, yeah. So 7, 8, and 9. I could have swore I had it further up than that. I mean, it's not touching, so it's not technically clipping, but man, that's really close. Okay. And again, this is kind of a tricky part too, because we have to do water, which we don't have water available because you have to put it on snow, grass, or dirt, or on concrete. So we're going to cheat the system just a little bit. We're going to run a left 2, a right 2, I think 4 isn't good enough. And then we're going to need the water refinery, a water pump, and I want to say it was up. I think it's up. So we're going to do this one, then this one. I'm going to put the refinery on here. Get back into our inventory, grab these 2 items. And yes, this is going to clip through the ground, so I'm going to be removing some blocks and figuring out how to cover that up in a minute. That's one thing I didn't do. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to run the down pipe, or well, it's an up pipe, but it's going to be down pipe. It will not snap to that. It must be a, yeah. Why will it not snap? Probably because I'm using the wrong pipe. I have to put in a down pipe to get it set to where I need it, and then come back and change it out. It's kind of stupid, but so why is it not? Still not snapping. How weird. Oh crap! I know why. I grabbed the wrong stuff. Those are conveyors, not pipes. I need this pipe. I mean, you know, mistakes were made. Happens sometimes. So I'm going to just pop one out right here so I can get back up. And then we're going to do a little bit of digging right here. Just a little bit. And put down some dirt, and compact it, and then put the pump right on top of that. It will snap. I tried it earlier. I got this off a different YouTuber. I saw Quad Thumb do it for coal on a oil refinery. That should be good, I think. Grab some dirt, put it in my hand. I don't want pay dirt, I want dirt. I haven't checked to see if pay dirt works too, but I know dirt does, so I'll just put some down here. put a lot down here actually, I guess. Alright, that should be able to flatten out. I should be able to put the pump right on top of that. I'm hitting my head. I'm going to take the blocks above me first. There we go. So this should connect in now. And it snaps, pump will work if it's placed here. So now we just put the blocks back in. And we'll fill up. I do have to do that one more time in a different spot. But so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one floor over the top of this one here to cover that up and leave those two open. I mean, this wouldn't be bad if you fell in. I just don't want to see it clipping, because if I put this in, to me it kind of looks like crap. It just, it's going through the concrete. So we're going to put in a floor for that one, which I believe I do have some concrete floors made over here. And if we do, let's grab one. I only need one for this one. The other one's going to be up a little higher. I can't dig down on it because of where it's at. No floors there. There we go. And we just need one floor. Hopefully it matches. I mean, close. You can kind of tell it's different, but that's fine. Now, so this isn't right though, because this should be lined up. This isn't how I had it before. I do have to fix this. This isn't going to work. I'm going to have to dig again. Sorry guys. Let's see if I can just pop one here. Jump out. I don't know why it says 2x that I put down, but maybe it's supposed to be a 4x that I put in there and just screwed up. So this has to go. This has to go. We'll get it fixed here in a second. And there's not even anything in there. There was supposed to be a 2 right. That's what I'm missing, right? No, I had that in there. No, we're gonna get a. Let's go with the 4 straight and try that. Hopefully that'll work. Move the rest of this stuff out of the way so I can see where it's going to line up. And then put in the 4 right. Does that line up? Yeah, okay, that lines up. So now we're going to put in the 4x4 up. Pull this concrete out for a second. The froth floater. That's the pipe. That's straight pipe on that now. Yeah, let's just try this real quick. I know that some people like to watch these things. That's kind of the reason why I'm doing it. Yeah, there's way more space in here than there was last time I did this. Because I did this right onto a merger. So I'm going to be able to... Let's go and get a couple of 2s, I guess. Let's see what happens. Maybe 4s. Before I go any further with this again. And then the merger should fit right in the middle. And there we go. Merger's coming in. It's going to go out that way. It's going to do some little twirly twirls and come back over and end up over there. But for this part, I got to redo this now. Sorry, guys. So we're going to do 2 left, straight pipe, 2 right, the water refinery, and then we'll get this done in a second. So 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we can bust this out and redo this. I don't know why that was off. Thought I wrote everything down. That should work. Alright, inventory. Move these up real quick. Comes down. And I'm just going to try putting dirt straight down and see if that works and not dig down this time. It should. Gotta make sure I put enough down. This one might be a little bit longer because I want to run the material through that we have to, but it shouldn't be too much longer. We'll be done with this here actually pretty quick. Let's try that. See if it works. Nope. What am I missing? How far off am I? Needs to be patted down more. I think that's the issue. Let's put in a little over here on the side. Pat that down. Alright, that'll work. Jump up here, put it in place, put our concrete blocks back in. And then our one floor. Okay, so that's all working now. Now we can go on to the last leg of this. So basically what's going to happen is everything's going to get dumped into the hopper over there. It's going to come up the elevator, come across, come up here. This is going to shoot the pay dirt and dirt off that way. Then I go through the wash plant, which I still need to connect wire to that. That'll be easy though. It's not going underground. Then it comes over here, kicks everything else out forward. Comes over here. This is just a coal screener, knocks the coal off. Comes out here, blasted rock, gets crushed down to gravel. Half of it goes to the storage for making cement. Half of it comes over here to go through froth floater to retrieve minerals and stuff out of it. Then we merge back up, and it's going to go into a high temp smelter, which is what I'm going to get next. So we're going to do high temp smelter. This was such a pain in the butt too. It was a straight, a 2 right, a high temp smelter. Okay, so a straight, a 2 right, a high temp smelter. So we're going to go 8, 9, 7. Actually, I still need to connect water up to the wash plant, but that's fine. So on this end, it's going to go 4 straight, 2 left, and then a smelter. So 4 straight, 2 left, and then I'm going to put in the old smelter. And yes, I know I could be doing the rod rollers to make iron rods, copper rods, steel rods, but the only rod I want is a steel rod, so I don't want to go through it and have to have the other stuff just to sell. because the aluminum I'll be using for a couple items over on the bench over there. And then same thing with the plate shear. I have to turn it into iron or coils, and the only sheet that I might use is going to be the steel sheet. So I just figured there's no reason to go through that, so I'm just going to go straight to the bar roller. I could do beam roller and blooms, but I can make those pretty easy with the cutters over there. So this is going to be straight, the left, and the smelter. So then over here, we're going to go 4 straight, 2 straight, get rid of the way, the bar roller and the storage. Yeah, not in that order either, it's going to be like that, there we go. So, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So if we do want to put a wall, we still have room to move back here, because this is a wall right here too. Okay, the only thing we have left to do now is connect water to the wash plant. So what I did when I was doing my test was I pulled, so this is going to be a 2 left, I want to say it was a 2 by 2 straight, and then a 2 left, and then all we need is a water refinery, another water pump. And this is going to be above where the other one's at, so it should work out fine. So if we go 2 left, straight, 2 left, water refinery, if I can do it without falling off. That did not go like it was supposed to. There we go. Come around over here, and what we're going to do here is we're going to knock these blocks out right here, these 3. I think it was 3. And put more dirt in there. And yes, I know it's a little bit cheating, but it's better than having water lines or conveyor lines running everywhere. And I'm guessing you could do the same thing with oil refineries. It has to be placed on coal. If you wanted to do like asphalt or something. This all smoothed out. I may actually only do 2. We'll see in a second. I said I couldn't remember if it was 2 or 3. Alright, and then the pump. Snap. Yeah, it's only 2. Okay, so I'll just put this back in here. Put it on grid. There we go. Now that that's in there, I don't know if I could actually put one underneath there or not. Nah, probably can't. Okay. So, except for turning the power on, this thing is ready to go. I believe. We have shaker deck, kicks out pay dirt. We have coal screen up there, kicks out coal. We have jaw crusher, cone crusher, splitter, half goes to storage, half goes to the froth floater. Water coming in for the froth floater. Comes down to the merger, kicks over towards the smelter, water going into the wash plant. Through the 2 smelters, through the bar roller, into storage. And there is a lot of material in there, so this is going to take a while. So I think while this is happening, we're going to run around, do a little exploring. Maybe I'll go and check to see if the diamonds and rubies are finally done. Alright, so first things first, we're going to turn these 3 on without getting electrocuted, hopefully. But as you see it, they're rotating up there. Nothing is clipping. It's all nice and straight. I could just drop down the hole, but I'm not going to. I'm going to actually use the stairs. I am going to put some railings up too, I believe, across here, just so on the off chance I don't like fall like a loader or something in there and make it wonky and dump dirt everywhere. Alright, so let's drop down here, turn this thing on, and pray that I did everything right again. It was working earlier, so. Alright, let's run upstairs and see if everything's going properly. Now we should have no coal, so there should be nothing going to the left on this right now. But as you can see, it's going through the wash plant, pay dirt, dirt coming out. It's not showing anything right now, but if I come over here and watch the smelter, and it's only showing tailings. It's coming from the rock crushers and froth floater. But let's see, why is it showing two conveyors there? Did I mess that up? Yeah, I did. Crap. Go shut it off. I gotta get another one in here. Well, I thought I had everything. Alright, so we're gonna need to put... This is gonna be a simple fix though. This is gonna be just a 2 and a chute, because it's not melted, so it's just ore at this point. Should be pretty easy to fix. Gonna do a straight 2, so it comes out from there, and a chute, and that should be everything. So if we go right here, and then right there, okay, that should work. Oh, and remember I said we had 5,400 units of power? I think we're like using only 24. Yeah, 24. 22. So we have lots of room for expansion if we want. Okay. So let's run over here again. If I look up at this conveyor, yeah, we're getting iron ore, all sorts of stuff coming out of there. So we'll have materials coming down here now. That is a lot of tailings. Wow. I haven't even put this stuff in yet either. So the dirt we can sell. I actually was going to put on a splitter for just dirt and have it get sold into a sell point, but I'll just sell it myself. Actually, I'm going to keep that in case I need any more for a minute. And I do want to drop over here real quick to see if I can actually reach the hopper from up top. I can. Sweet. Okay. So I can actually dump all this stuff in here, and when that gets down low, give me that back. When it gets down low, it'll kick it out for us. I'm going to go put this gravel over here in the storage. I do want to make this like a building type setting, so that's kind of why I was thinking about putting the big double doors in here. I actually had them purchased at one point. Do I still have them? Yeah, I still have them here. I was thinking about putting these in. I'm just not sure it's going to work because of where it's sitting. Like, it opens up fine, which is not a big deal, but what can I bring in here? I don't think I can even get the loader in here. I mean, I could drive the loader in here and park it above the equipment for safekeeping, I guess. But so I think I'm just gonna end up selling those. And figure something else out for door. I mean, they only have 2 styles of doors here, which kind of sucks, but door. I got the small door, which I need to buy one of those so I can show you that too. We are going to put one of those in right here. And I need to, let's see, it needs to come from this side so that the door opens that way. And we can have it closed. That's going to be enclosed. Like I said, we'll have a wall that goes all the way across. I am going to purchase a fuel truck, and I think if I back the fuel truck up right through here, that we can fuel up any rock truck that comes by or loader that comes by whenever we need it. And then we'll just pull it back forward and park it over here so we're not clicking refill every single time. Let's go ahead and purchase that while we're waiting for the stuff to run through. Let's see, fuel truck. I mean, 190,000, that's not bad. That could be worse. Now, do we want to paint the fuel truck? Because I think it comes all black. Yeah. What color should we paint it? How about green for diesel? No. What color do I like? Let me look at the paints. It's in building? No. Equipment. Paint. So we have the black already. We do a fire yellow or a sunset orange. I mean blue. I mean they're not that expensive. Let's see what it looks like. Alright, so if we go like this and trade this. Yeah, I don't think I like that one. Alright, so let's look for a different color. How about sunset orange? Let's see what that looks like. Ew. That looks like burnt orange. Yeah, let's go with the safety yellow then. Oh, it looks like a pale, man. Look at a bright one. How about this one here? Looks like mustard, huh? I'll find one in a minute. Let's see. Let's just try midnight red. Something. I don't know. Figure out one and then we'll sell the rest. Let's try this orange. It just doesn't look like orange to me. More like a copper color. I don't want green. I don't think light blue would look good. Let's try regular red, crimson red, and light red. Regular red first. Okay, that's okay. Crimson red should be dark. It is not. It's more brown. And well, so far I'm liking the red, regular red the most. What else do we got? Yellow, dark yellow. Yellow darker? Why not? Fill my inventory up with paint. Yeah, I'm going to stick with the red. And I'm just going to put all this paint in here for storage. And then we're going to come up here, we're going to fill up this truck. Well, maybe if it ever moves. Need to find out if I actually have to, oh, good, I don't have to drive all the way over there. Even better. So if you click the button again, it stops fueling. So if you want to fill it up. If you don't, the bad thing about the fuel trucks is you have to pay for the fuel now, and then when you refill from the loader, you have to fuel it up again, or pay for it again. So it's kind of ridiculous, but I mean, it is what it is. I know that the big dump truck takes a lot of fuel, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fill it up. We're not getting the dump truck quite yet, but it'll be soon. Alright, max fuel capacity 18,000. And I think that I can drive right down here and park it, and he'll be able to, let's see, I want to leave it where he can't get to it right away. Because like I said, I don't want to be clicking because every time I use the mouse button. So let's park it like right there, I guess. Is this stuff still running? Oh yeah, there was a lot of it in there. I could put more in there. Hey, look, we're down to nothing. Sweet, so it's almost there. But yeah, I could jump in here and start dropping pay dirt in there too. Just to show everybody how this thing works. Doesn't matter where you're at, it's going to land on there, it's just going to slide right in. It's kind of nice. And just rinse, repeat all day long. And dump truck, same thing. As long as your bed lands on top of that, it's going to be fine. So I just spent, what, 200K on the fuel truck and a ton of money on fuel too. Let me see what the finances are on that, if it even shows. Can't get to it till I'm in here. Okay, economics. Transaction. Yeah, it doesn't show how much money I spent on fuel. Bummer. So let's see, is this thing still going? Yeah, I definitely had to put rails there. I didn't want to drop down. So now that we have the rails here and available, we're going to put those in real quick. So I quit forgetting. I believe these can be painted if you wanted to. And we do the same thing over here. Because I don't want the truck falling, like I said, falling down in there. And this is going to be all outside the plant, so there's no reason to, and of course over here too. And still nothing is clipping. Just the way I like it. Still, yeah, still stuff going through, okay. Man, I thought it had been done by now. Maybe we're getting there. We're almost there. I guess I could drop the dirt now too. They're just going to come at the other end. I have to pick it up and sell it anyway. It won't matter. But everything seems to be working properly. That one mishap of the second chute here. But besides that, yeah. It's all working properly. And again, like I said, we already have these over here. I'm going to rearrange this stuff and put it in like, you know, a enclosed section. But we have rods being made. We have steel sheets being made. We have steel beams being made. This is to make the parts that we need. This is making nuts and bolts, or bolts and nuts, or however it's called. And then this here is the only thing it makes, wear plates. So I made 100, and I'm probably going to sell it off because I don't think I'm going to ever use more than 100 wear plates. I am going to put a storage up, like a Conex storage, somewhere in this area here, like probably right outside the room I have all this stuff in, because I'm also going to put like all these wash plants like this, and cement mixers, and I don't think I need the smelter. Yeah, I do need the smelters. I'm going to have several of these smelters going too, because I want to make plastics, and I need oil for that. And I think I'm going to make rubber too, because I believe I saw in one of those things to make some of the parts that we need to, like, rebuild parts for the equipment, that we need to have rubber. So yeah, we'll have a couple of these over there. We'll have the workbench over there. Oh yeah, we got the diamonds here too. So we have 1,063 diamonds and 587 rubies in that one, and another 2,378 rubies in that one. That's a lot. I don't think there's anything in here that I'm gonna take. I need the steel, I need the copper, I need the actually I need the copper. I don't remember if there was copper for something in there. Maybe it's in batteries. I have to go look real quick. Because that is in this one? No, this one. Alright, we need lithium, aluminum, rubber. What's electronic parts take? Yeah, electronic parts takes copper. That's what I need it for. So yeah, we'll definitely need to keep that copper coming in and using that for making those. Wear plate, nuts and bolts for a billet wear plate. Sensors, hydraulics. I don't think I'm going to make the radio array. It's just one of those quest things that I didn't even do the. No, I did do that one, the water tower one, or watchtower one. But yeah, if you do this, you get the cell tower at the end, and the other one's a radio array. And it doesn't give much experience, so I really don't see the point. We could go looking for some coal. We get quite a bit of experience out of that. But I found that using a pickaxe is probably the fastest way to grab experience. Alright, I think this is all done now. Yeah, it's all done. Let's see what we came up with from what I dug out that hole. Okay, so we can get rid of the tailings, the dirt, tailings, dirt. Alright, so we got 491 diamonds, 963 rubies. The gravel will move over. The gold will sell. That's 1,187 of those. We're definitely going to keep the 4,000 steel. The silver we will sell. The lithium we're going to keep. Copper we're going to keep. Actually, we're going to keep most of this. We're going to sell the silver and gold and the dirt. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Because the steel and stuff's going to be used over here for making more of these so that I can make, I don't know, if like these right here, 8 steel beams and 4 nuts and bolts, and they sell for like 2,200 a piece. So if you wanted to make some extra cash, you have steel laying around, make some beams and then make nuts and bolts, or bolts and nuts, start piping these out, and you can make a lot of money that way too. So sell. We're going to sell the diamonds for 197,000 and the rubies for 570,000. Going to get rid of these 2 massive doors. I'm going to keep the railings, keep the concrete walls, sell the gold for 174,000, the silver for 58,000, tailings, yeah, it's going to be chump change, 7,000 for each bundle of tailings, 14,000 for dirt. And I think we are keeping everything else there. Yep. And I will put the steel back over here too, so we have it all in one spot. So I think that that's going to do it for this one. I'm going to probably try to get some more cement made so that we can have concrete blocks whenever we need them. And then we have 2 different plants to work for. Like if I want to go after coal, I can come over here, or pay dirt. Or we can go over to the other one there and work off that one and make quite a bit of money quickly. I'd like to get to the next level, because at level 38 we get to have this. It used to be 45, but now it's 38. It's 28.1 yards compared to the 13.1 yards that we're doing now, so a little over double the amount we can actually carry. So with that being said, I'm going to call it quits on this episode, and then probably do a little bit digging off recording so we have some stuff to look at when we come back. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, make a comment. It really helps out the channel. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.